Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another vlog and another video. So again, it's been a few days since you've last heard from me. You know, I usually work pretty long hours pretty regularly at work at BJ. At work at BJ. At work at BJ. At work at BJ's and stuff. BJ's Wholesale Club location in Henrietta. So at this point, I'm kind of, you know, I think, gonna kind of back off from like I'm kind of gonna back off for right now from like daily vlogging and daily videoing and stuff, and so you'll definitely see me. You're definitely gonna still see me post, videos and blogs and stuff for sure. I'm not discontinuing my channel at all. Don't worry about that. It's just I'm gonna kind of for right now back off from daily vlogging and daily videoing for right now. I may go back to that some point eventually, but for right now, I'm going to kind of give daily vlogging and daily videoing a break. I'll just kind of, maybe do some, you know, post some blogs and videos at least a couple times a week or 3 times a week for right now. Maybe I'll even do like every other day, every other day or something, every other day or something. But so, couple update. So, couple more update, couple more updates and stuff. Couple more update, couple more, couple more updates. Well, so my last vlog, my last vlog, and my last vlog, my last vlog, and my last video that you'd see me do just about a week ago. It'll be a week ago tomorrow since I did latest vlog and latest video before this one today. I had told you how, you know, again, you remember me telling you how a couple years ago we had kind of had issues and stuff as time went on with going to TC Hooligans, regularly, where we kind of took it too far with like, getting a little too friendly with the people that work there, and you know, with Valentine's Day cards, and even getting a couple of her favorite waitresses roses and stuff. And, we got some Valentine's Day chocolates, which was all good and stuff. But the roses and flowers, flowers and flowers and stuff like such as that was kind of going a little too far. And and stuff, even a couple other instances and situations and stuff, situations and stuff. And as far as stuff at Champs over at Eastview Mall all goes, all in all, everything's fine there. It's just after the situation that I brought up to you about how when a couple of our favorite people there that we enjoy having around there that currently work there, even I think have worked there for quite a long time now, had when we had first sent them Facebook friend requests, and at first everything was cool, and they were all cool with it and stuff. But then a week ago yesterday, last Saturday, we had found out that it's kind of actually pretty well discouraged, for regular customers versus regular customers versus people that work there versus Champs members and people that work there. Well, the people there say that we're all fine and stuff. They all like us as regulars and stuff. But Well, once again, like maybe I told you in the vlog I did a week ago today, last Sunday, how we we didn't like completely like get mad about the situation when we found out that it actually is kind of discouraged and kind of even in the end pretty well prohibited and stuff. But we just kind of we kind of slightly overreacted a good bit to it, and then kind of took it a good bit too personal 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 took it a good bit too personally. Probably because probably because a week prior, we were all psyched and looking forward to having one of them added to our Facebook friend list. But then a week later, we find out, unfortunately, that's not going to be able to work out because policies with, champs being a big establishment that pretty well goes nationwide, all at all around the country and stuff. Things are a good bit more stricter for versus the regular for versus the regular customers versus champs members and champs employees, champs employees, champs employees, champs champs employees and stuff. Well, so because of the way and the level that we ended up bringing that we ended up bring that we ended up bringing things to that we ended up bringing things to. Well, don't worry, don't worry, everything's cool, we're fine and stuff there. But they've just kind of insisted that we kind of take at least a little bit of a break for at least a little while from from spending time there for at least a little while, just because the fact that we kind of took the situation kind of a bit too personal, a bit too personally, and kind of slightly overreacted a good bit about the situation, and kind of again took the situation a good bit too personally. Everyone there needs a good bit of time, needs a good bit of time to kind of decompress from the situation. Again, we're not in any trouble with any of that. It's just that the people there have pretty well insisted on that we take at least a little bit of a break from going there for at least a little while, for at least a little for at least a little while. So that's pretty much what we're gonna. So that's pretty much what I think we got to stick to for a little while, for at least a couple weeks, maybe a little more than that, maybe a little more, maybe a little more than that, a little more, a little more than that, little more than little more than that. You know, there is both there is both there is both there is both a bunch of both females and males that work there, but there's a good bit more females that work there. you know and again, we do need to remember, it is obvious that we do need to remember they're the people that they're the people that work there. We're the customers. They're the people that work there. We're the customers. They're the people that they're the people that work that they're the people that work they're the people that work they're the people that they're the people they're the people that work they're the people that work they're the people that work there they're the people that work there they're the people that work there they're the people that work there. We're the customers. We're the customers. And people that work there are never going to be anybody's best friend ever there. you know It's all got to be pretty much, just about any place. It's got to be strictly business, kind of deal, business relationship deal, relationship, relationship, relationship deal. As of now, as of now, this afternoon, might end up going to Moloch Research for a little while. Like I may have told you before, the place that took TC Hooligans' old location at Moloch Research, now that TC Hooligans has moved a little bit further down Westridge Road here in Greece, New York, is called Malton Ember. We've been there a few times so far, and for there, on the other hand, it's been quite a while since we've actually been there. It's been almost a month. It's been a little over a month and a half. A little over a month and a half that we've been since we've been there. Since we've been there. So they, on the other hand, would probably be pretty pleased to see it. Pretty pleased to see us for sure, because they haven't seen us in a while. They haven't seen us in a while. They haven't seen us in like weeks. They haven't seen us in weeks. They haven't seen us in weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So all is good there. All is good there. It's just, that is kind of why, when I've thought about, as much as I know probably not going to be very successful, the fact that I don't really have a ton of restaurant experience, why, as much as I had thought about trying to see about working at places like certain restaurants, that's why, a good bit of our people here do have a good bit of an objection to people like myself trying to pursue stuff like that. But the fact is we definitely want to do everything we can to avoid the way things eventually had gotten to, and the level things had gotten to at TC Hooligans 2 years ago. Again, all in all, everything's fine at Champs and stuff. Just the fact that we kind of overreacted a good bit and took the zero Facebook friending individual members that currently work there policies a bit too personal and too personally, and again kind of overreacted a good bit, and it kind of had a good bit of the people that we were referring to pretty well concerned a good bit. That's why they've insisted that we take a break from going there for at least a little while. Don't have to take a real long break, but at least a couple weeks off or a little bit more from going there before we end up deciding to make an appearance there again before our next time that we plan before we decide to plan our next visit there. So for right now, again, we just got to take a little bit of a break from that. Not for a real long time, but at least a little while. When the TC Hooligans situation came up 2 years ago, with the Valentine's kind of related stuff, we had remembered there had been something that had found a way for it all to be brought to everybody else's attention here at the place here. So far, we haven't really gotten any buzzes from anybody at Champs about the situation, about the taking the Facebook policy a little too personal, and I could easily say for right now, probably won't really get any buzzes from anybody that, the rest of the place probably won't really get any buzzes from anybody there, really, at this point. Especially since one of the gentlemen yesterday had briefly kind of talked to us about kind of taking a break from going there for at least a little while. As long as they were able to talk to us face to face about it, it's probably all good. As long as we prove our willingness to listen to them, to listen to them, to listen to them, to listen to that, to listen to listen to them, to listen to listen to that, to listen to them and stuff. I guess my thing sometimes, for me, sometimes I tend to look for ways to, have like a little bit of an escape from dealing with the men and women authority figures that we deal with regularly, both here at home and at work at BJ's Wholesale Club each day that we're there. We're just kind of looking for a little bit of a way to have as an escape from both the men and women authority figures that we deal with regularly here on a regular basis, both here at home and at work at BJ's Wholesale Club each day that we're there. But there's probably got to be other resources for that as well. We do try to come to the realization and realize there's probably got to be other resources for that as well. As far as, things do go, however, with, adding and having new people come onto Facebook friend lists and stuff. Better news, however, we did earlier, this past week, just about a week ago now, a week ago yesterday, and I think it'll be a week ago tomorrow too, and even a little bit on Friday the other day, just a couple of days ago on Friday, had a couple more new people added to our Facebook friend list that we had known before from our days working at Wegmans Shiloh Paul during our good days there. And so that has definitely, all in all, helped people like me, at least, get my mind off of the Facebook versus Champs members and Champs employees situation. And especially now that they're insisting that we take a little bit of a break from going there for at least a little while. Again, they say they really enjoy us all as regular customers. We're not really so much of a burden to them. Once again, just the way things had kind of, gotten to be when we found out about the Facebook policy for regular customers versus Champs members and Champs employees, again, that we ended up kind of overreacting a good bit to the situation, and the fact that because of it, and the fact that because of that, it's just not going to be able to work out. And the fact that we just took it a good bit too personal, took the situation a good bit too personally and stuff. Having some of those new people, on the other hand, added to our Facebook friend list that we used to know from Wegmans and stuff before, definitely is definitely making, at least making people like me at least feel better, and kind of get, and at least get my, and at least for me, at least get my mind off of the champs situation. Again, champ situation, at least it's not about that, we got too friendly and got anybody there, any kind of any unnecessary cards or get cards or gifts or cards or cards or gifts or anything or anything or or that we had or that we had used one of the wrong things there at the wrong place at the wrong time, like any kind of camera situation at all. No, you know, because again, at this point, when when we're going out with when we're going out when we're going out without any of our other people that currently work here at the place, there, we're just showing them proof that we're leaving, that we're for right now leaving all of our camera 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 items camera items here camera items camera items here at home camera items camera items here camera items here at home. So that's obviously not an issue there. It's just taking the situation a bit too personal and a bit too personally, and kind of overreacting to a situation that we found out a week ago is kind of not allowed, 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 not allowed. You know, once again, I tend to look at certain places as an escape from the men and women authority figures that we deal with here, that we deal with here at home regularly, and that we deal with at work at BJ's Wholesale Club, at work at Henrietta BJ's Wholesale Club location regularly each day that we're there. But yeah, I do have something else I want to share with you, but I think I'll share that with you maybe on my next vlog, in my next video, if I can remember. But anyway, that's as far as I'm going to bring the vlog and the video there. If you enjoy this vlog and this video, be sure to give it a huge thumbs up for sure. Be sure to comment down below. Be sure to go down and subscribe for sure. Be sure to go down and hit that subscribe button for sure. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. The weather is actually both today and tomorrow going to be in low mid 60s here in Rochester. So be sure to enjoy that the rest of today and all of tomorrow as well. Till my next vlog, my next video.